Okay, so it's turned the wrong way probably, but whatever this is, random uh Tevyat interlude teaser trailer. I've already seen a little bit because I looked at Twitter and then I saw like multiple gods introduced, and I'm like, what you? Okay, so you just and then you gave them character designs. Okay, sure. I mean, cool. You're finally introducing them, but like I don't see how Nod-Krai isn't just going to be this confusing piece of garbage. How in the hell are you gonna like tell me that this won't be very confusing with harbingers like gods of like time, death, uh I don't know what else. I only saw those two. I saw Istaroth and Renova? Is that her name? So let's just watch this. I'll see if how confused I get real quick. Because you can't just throw all this information at us when I expected nothing for 5.8, honestly. What is with the why is it am I in a I am in HD. Okay. This looks weird. I don't like this art style. Who are you? Why should I... Why? Is that Venti's tree?
This world has always been so.
So
Life
what?
abides no reason, for none are born by their own consent.
Okay, why...
Death abides no reason, for it cannot be defied,
Okay,
even by those who see it coming. Time abides no reason.
Okay.
For it deprives us all equally, yet brooks not a second to be reclaimed. Space abides no reason.
Space? That's what she is? Okay, I didn't expect space. I just expected her to be some unknown god. Like, I just expected her to be nothing. Just like some powerful god with some odd ability. That's what you get for talking about that type of stuff?
The ruler of space stopped the golden-haired twin travelers and mercilessly tore them apart.
What are you talking about? Huh? What do you mean tore them apart? Is this a hexen circle? So you get punished for talking about this stuff. You're not meant to spread this information. That's why you have to put it in the abyss. Okay. Oh.
No. This looks more like Rhine-daughter's doing. Please don't litter other people's spaces with your bizarre creations.
Mr. Off. Right? Don't get me wrong, these are cool looking like models and I think overall, but I don't believe in 6.0 that we're gonna get them as playable characters. And that doesn't really make sense to me. Yeah, no, I expect them to not be playable until 8.0. And that's Kanria. Yeah, no, they should not be playable until Kanria. But they have good designs, but like eh Renova looks better, but then this is Istaroth, I think?
Unsurprisingly, all life here has been rendered unstable, tainted by the ruler of space.
What?
I have seen enough to know that repeating this experiment would be fruitless.
What experiment? Wait, okay, wait, you're talking about Rhine-Daughter. Huh.
You seem to wield my power as if it were nothing but a plaything for your amusement. Although merging with you has stripped me of agency, I shall still...
Yeah, didn't she, like, combine with someone, one of the Hexen Circle?
continue to voice my disapproval. My dear Rhine-Daughter.
You
Yeah.
have my respect, Nibirius. Your nagging is one of the only things that can get under my...
So, Nibirius and Rhine-Daughter combined. Yeah, I remember something about that in 5.6. But honestly, I didn't expect them to... Okay, so will Rhine-Daughter ever come out of Nibirius? Or how does the god of time even, like, somehow lose to a sinner? They have the power of time.
skin.
Wait,
Your nagging is one of the only things that can get under my skin.
And you, Istaroth? Why did you bestow history upon them?
who's them?
I had to find some way to pass the time, did I not? After all, it's clear that Asmoday is not here.
Asmoday.
Well, perhaps you could share your input a little earlier next time. But you're right. There's no trace of Asmoday here.
I thought,
Where has she gone?
wait, I thought you said that there was clear evidence of her all around here. Wait, what?
Anyway, it's time I put this space out of its misery.
Okay. Really? I mean, I get it, but what is going on?
These meetings are just a formality. Does it
Why do you even meet up? Why do you even meet up?
really matter that only 3 of us are here?
I, for one, think that we should find her.
Why?
Since the heavenly principles cast us as shades, not one of us has ever missed.
Wait, you're the Shades? Wait, you're the Shades? I swear to God that the Shades were something else. Or wait, what? Okay.
A meeting. Heavenly principles cast us as shades. Not one of us has ever
Also, what do you mean by cast? Like this ain't Fontaine.
missed a meeting.
What if she just switched sides?
What side else?
Finding her would do more harm than good.
And that's hypotheticals. What?
Now there's an interesting idea. Better than being devoured.
By what? By what?
Just switched sides. You make it sound like such a trivial affair. We are shades, shadows of the heavenly principles. It's unthinkable. Unless she loves her new master more than her own self.
What new master? What are you talking about?
Renova, do you know that you're being watched?
By whom? Whose gaze could pierce this far?
Neon? The Saritsa? Oh,
I remember those eyes.
Conrian, right?
It was just before I placed the curse of immortality.
Why do you look not as... Wait, can you change your shade of tone of your color, but or is that just the lighting? What happened to his other eye?
Ah, yes. He's an old acquaintance of mine.
Huh?
I'm sure that working for the Tsaritsa has helped him let go of his past obsessions.
Huh? What do you... What? That makes no sense, but okay.
The Cryo Archon. With her paltry powers, she dares set her gaze on the heavenly principles.
Why not?
The heavenly principles have yet to awaken. If I were her, I wouldn't pass on that opportunity either.
My dear Rhine daughter, you know I cannot allow you to think that way.
It was purely hypothetical, Nibirius.
So,
For lack of a
wait. So they're okay with Rheindotter actively being a part of this type of stuff? Huh? I'm lost by that. Why are they so okay with Rheindotter being in Nibirius's body?
direct order, I say it's time we intervened.
In what?
Of course, to the extent permitted by the rules.
This is Nod-Krai, okay. So you're all here? You look so odd when you're drawn like this.
Gaze of the gods has always been considered a blessing.
No, it's not.
Hence the origin and meaning of visions.
Are we finally gonna go back to Visions? God, it's been how long? 2.0? 2.1? 2.2? Before we last went back to Visions? Visions, like, I feel like they've needed more explanation ever since then. And we really haven't gotten much. Or, if anything, I don't think anyone's talked about them.
People have always yearned for the gaze of the gods. And yet, it is said that when mortals look directly upon the gods, they invite their wrath and retribution.
Okay, what are these areas?
And what of it? Lives will be lost. A nation brought to ruins.
What are these places? And what is it? I forgot your name. You're not the captain. You're someone, but I don't remember who you are. You're Conrian, and I don't remember your name.
So be it. It is nothing.
Okay, so this looks more like an in-game screenshot than, with a little bit of, like, of drawn-in stuff. Everything else, like, this bears the mark of, like, the in-game model. They just, drew all these things on, and then the characters and the people.
I have not endured before. Nothing.
Is nothing okay, I thought you have not what do you mean you haven't endured before?
I have not endured before. I already know the price of gazing upon the gods. So tell me, what is the price of killing a god?
There is no price. Oh wait, aren't you the jester, if I remember right? No, that's wrong, isn't it?
The god stays silent, as if the thought had never once crossed his mind.
So, okay, so archons are not gods, but they're more like leaders of said nations. So, what is a god in that case? Because the Archon War was a bunch of gods killing each other, but gods in that retrospect are not gods, they're just lesser gods. Okay, I'm confused.
To all those who dare not look up to the heavens, Her Majesty the Tsaritsa says this. Behold.
Celestial.
Even the gods have their limits.
Wait, wasn't it meant to be on over Fontaine? Did it move? I swear it didn't move. Okay. What's that energy source?
Inspection over. Return to your posts.
Who are you?
Make sure the Frostmoon Scions don't pose a threat.
Okay.
Per the Pale Star Edict, we are
Columbia.
to retrieve the damselette from Nod-Krai, whatever it takes.
Wait, what do you mean to retrieve? What, did she go there by herself? What? Is that it? It's an interesting thing. I guess I need to do that later. Number 4, trending. So, here, we have Renova. Then we have Rheindotter and Istaroth, who look exactly the same. That's hilarious. They're not the same person the whole time. I'm one combined with the other. Then we have Renova, who I think looks good, but I really don't know. I don't think she should be playable until 8.0. That is my opinion. It should only be playable when Conria drops. It should not be playable in 6.0. And if it is, then I'm Istaroth. Yep. Venti. Yeah, and then Venti has a connection to Istaroth. Yeah, that's true. Dropping it on a Tuesday night, I didn't expect that. So we have like a lot of people. Jesus, like we have like a lot of trending. Sheesh. Okay, let's see. What are people talking about in this? She looks good, but wait, for real? I'm Dawn. Wait, what? Weren't you, I swear you... Weren't you just voicing a character? Or, wait, no, it's... Yeah, I have your name looked up before. Why do you have a whole website about you? So it's Cyrene. Okay, so you got... So you're Cyrene, and then you're now also Renova. Okay. I've... Let's see what this name is. Ivy Dupler. And You're now known for Genshin, but see all, please. Yeah, you're Rhine. Okay. Yeah, Rhine daughter. So nothing else? Nothing else. Okay, and you're both Nibirius and Rhine-Daughter. Okay. Erica, good. Erica got a lot. And then, yeah, the Jester. Okay, Purios. And then, yeah, you already had... Okay, so... So, Cyrene got 2 jobs, and then... Okay. I guess I'll watch this next, but... I think this... It This doesn't really tell us much about the next area, about Nod-Krai. I would have rather. Well, no, but it does. Okay, so it's how they integrate this. Because how do you tie this in? So, Genshin only has 28 more patches to explain the rest of its story and all of its lore. And these are the Shades, which is a very big piece of lore. But then you also have stuff like the Hexen Circle, which you have like other stuff. You have all the other elemental sovereign elemental the dragon sovereigns, whatever they're called. So the only one that okay, so we only know 2. That being Nouvelette and the Nandra one. Yeah, I forgot their name, but those are the only 2 that we've met. Then we haven't even touched on those. Then we also have to touch on uh we have to keep on continuing on the twin story. Then you also have to continue the Fatui stuff. Then also just the Saritsa herself, all of Snezhnaya. Which and then you have some war. Then you have you have a lot. Like there that doesn't even scratch the surface. Then you have the Paimon stuff. Then you have to deal with the Shades, the Heavenly Principles. You have to deal with Conria coming back somehow. Dainsleif and his story arc, which hasn't really been explored. Then you also have to explore a lot more. Yeah, it's kind of an issue, isn't it? I say that Genshin has too much lore, and this is precisely why. Like, we learned of these things way in advance. And then, so, Rhine-Daughter just acts at like she basically plays the role, or no, she has somewhat of free will but also doesn't. I don't get that. Okay, ruler of life, which is so how is the ruler of life meant to okay, so this is really confusing. eh. Renova looks. If I'm just gonna go based off characters and how they look, So, wait a minute. You said that the heavenly... Okay, where was it? This part.
Twin travelers, the ruler of space stopped the golden-haired twin travelers and mercilessly tore them apart.
Was that really mercilessly? Or... So, Asmoday, or the ruler of space, okay, is the heavenly principles, but then later on they mention, like...
As if it were not strict approval.
Nibirius.
Upon them. On.
What are the only are here?
Since the heavenly principle
cast us as shades. So we were led to meant to believe that Asmoday was the heavenly principles, right? Or is she not the heavenly principles? Is she or is she not? I feel confused by that. I need more answers and I have questions. Like, I don't know how they're gonna do this in 28 patches, personally. This is what they get for being lazy. They're gonna have to jam pack and throw a bunch of stuff together. I mean, that's why they had to, like, make a whole new region that they didn't plan. Because they did not believe that they could throw all the story together all and make it all make sense within 19 version patches. Alright, that's all from me. I'm done. Bye.